In the grand chambers of the Galactic Council, humanity was little more than a punchline. The elder species mocked their small fleets, their primitive technology, and their late arrival to the stars. To the vaunted empires, humans were fragile newcomers, useful only as traders or laborers, certainly not as equals. Ambassador Kell of the Zorith was particularly fond of his insults. "Your species crawled from its oceans barely yesterday," he sneered once during open assembly. "If war ever came, you would last less than a cycle." The other delegates laughed. The humans did not. Captain Elias Rourke, Earth's military representative, only smiled faintly. "We've heard this before. Keep laughing. History shows mockery never ends well for those who start wars with us." The galaxy should have listened. Not long after, the Car Dominion invaded. The Dominion was a war-born empire, feared even by the Council's strongest members. They dismissed humanity entirely, certain the fragile species would collapse first. So they struck Earth's colonies, burning outposts and enslaving thousands. The Council looked away. Some even laughed again. "Now we'll see how long their bravado lasts," Ambassador Kell said smugly. But the humans did not break. Instead, something in them awakened. Within weeks, Earth's shipyards thundered with activity. Old freighters were retrofitted into gunships, mining lasers into weapons, asteroids into kinetic missiles. Colonists armed themselves, and militias turned into armies overnight. The first clash came at Proxima Station. The Dominion expected an easy slaughter. Instead, their cruisers were torn apart by railguns improvised from orbital mass drivers. Human frigates, smaller and slower, rammed into battleships, detonating reactors at suicidal range. The Dominion fleet limped away, bloodied and stunned. Word spread fast. Humanity was not retreating. Humanity was not surrendering. Humanity was counterattacking. The Council laughed no longer. By the second month, humans had launched a campaign unlike anything the galaxy had seen. Where Dominion fleets traveled, humans struck at their supply lines. Where Dominion armies landed, humans turned terrain into traps, burying enemies beneath avalanches and flooding plains with fire. The Dominion was stronger, richer, older, but the humans were relentless. They fought not for conquest, but for survival, and that made them terrifying. Council delegates watched the war reports with disbelief. Entire Dominion garrisons annihilated. Fleets shredded by improvised weapons. Commanders assassinated by human operatives who slipped through defenses as if born from shadow. Ambassador Kell, once the loudest critic, now sat pale and trembling. On the third month, humanity unveiled its trump card. A fleet of warships, ugly but powerful, equipped with magnetic accelerators capable of hurling asteroids at near-light speeds. At the Battle of Rydar Gate, the humans unleashed them. The Dominion's Grand Armada, 50 ships strong, was reduced to debris in under an hour. No shields, no armor, no empire could stand against raw physics. The galaxy fell silent. Then, for the first time in history, the Dominion sued for peace. Their envoys, once feared conquerors, knelt before the humans they had once enslaved. They begged for mercy, and humanity, battered but unbroken, granted it on their own terms. At the next council assembly, no one laughed when Captain Rourke spoke. His voice was calm, but every delegate leaned forward, hanging on his words. "You ridiculed us," he said, his eyes scanning the chamber. "You thought we were weak. You thought we would kneel." He paused, letting the silence linger. But humans don't kneel. Not to tyrants. Not to empires. Not to anyone. Ambassador Kell dared not meet his gaze. The message was clear. Humanity was no longer a newcomer, no longer the galaxy's joke. They had carved their place in fire and blood, and no one would ever again doubt their strength. From that day forward, the galaxy spoke of a simple truth. Mock the humans if you dare. But when war comes, you will beg them for mercy on your knees.